Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for another episode of Transfer Talk. And boy, we've got plenty to talk about. Liam saying Niall is late. I was late. I was making a thumbnail for Liam. So that is why I'm a little bit late. Only by 4 minutes, which is quite impressive with the thumbnail I've managed to create for him. But let's get into transfers. But before we do that, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on if you are new. If you're watching on Twitter, come join us on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We've got a great community. We bring all the content to you. We're going to be picking our all-time 11, our all-time Premier League 11 tonight. I'm assembling a great panel for that one. So make sure you tune in for that one as well. But what are we going to be talking about? Well, let me just do that and add this in. So let's have a look. So Jadon Sancho to United is very, very close. It's you can almost touch it now. He is almost a United player. Very, very, very soon will he be announced as a United player. I probably expect, this is just me, over the next 2 days. I mean, there's no football. There's nothing really for people to talk about. Euros are having a 2-day break. What better time than to do it now? But trust me, I feel if United were smart, they'll do it now. We're also going to be talking about Tottenham Hotspur, who will be the new Spurs head coach, who will be managing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I mean, who will be in that dugout? It's a great big stadium. No manager yet. No manager, in complete disarray. Then we're also going to be talking about Kelleher, who has signed a new deal at Liverpool. I mean, that one just, there's not much Liverpool transfer news, if I'm being brutally honest with you. We're also going to be talking about Billy Gilmour, who is going to go out on loan next season. 2 destinations are within sights for him. Tuchel clearly feeling alone is what he needs. And Declan Rice is to stay at West Ham after being priced out of a move. That's pretty old news. I mean, £80 million. But his season so far and what he's done his Euros so far and what he's done for England, I think that's putting a few people off the £80 million price tag, and with every right to be a bit put off by that. We're also going to be talking about the Gunners. They have made moves for Locatelli. Will Locatelli end up at the Emirates? I have doubts, but we'll be getting into all of that. But that's what we're talking about today. But yeah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Join us on YouTube if you're not watching us on YouTube at the moment. And we're going to get straight. I've got plenty of things I need to talk to you about, as you saw. I'm just loading up my information. I ain't got the brain to remember it all. You see. So what are we talking about? Let's scroll up. Sancho, there's plenty of Sancho updates. Jesus, there's more Sancho updates than I've had hot dinners in my life. There's a new offer from Manchester United for Jadon Sancho, and the deal is about to close. That is according to West Fen. Borussia Dortmund are now confident that funding is in place for Jadon Sancho, and they will make an agreement with Manchester United. That is from Jan Arg Fortoff. The Sancho saga seems to be coming to an end, as Manchester United's second offer is so close to the valuation of Dortmund that it will happen. Jadon Sancho will be playing for Manchester United next season. He wants to move. United want him. Dortmund want to sell. That is from Sky Kelleher. Reports suggest that United's final offer, 85 million euros, and if Dortmund reject it, then United will be prepared to walk away from the deal. That is from the United Stand. To clarify, Manchester United have only sent one official bid to a few. I spoke to someone about this. I spoke to them and asked them, and they said, to clarify, United have so far sent one official bid. A few days ago, it ended up being rejected by Dortmund, as previously reported. Yesterday, United held talks and proposed an offer to Dortmund. In total, they have provided Dortmund with 3 offers during this transfer window. It's clear. The key word there is offers. They're still negotiating. These are not bids. They've sent one official bid. The rest of them are offers. So United, they're sending in these offers. It's a negotiation tactic. United are trying to get a good deal for themselves. Dortmund are trying to get as much money for themselves. It's difficult to do these sorts of deals, especially if United, who are haggling on probably £5 to £6, £7 million now. And what impact does that have on a Raphael Varane, a DM? If United were serious about just doing the business, they'll do what City did. Look what City did. They offered Tottenham 100 million plus a player that's worth maybe more than 50 million. That's how you do it. You offer straight in there, try and get it done. I'm not saying that is going to get done. I don't think Spurs will accept that. But what I'm saying is, if United was serious, they'd have just got their shit done quite quickly. But let's move to Tottenham. Spurs are in contact with managers and trying to keep it secret. I mean, I don't understand this. Trying to keep it secret. Just, I think for your fans, just go get a manager. I mean, my dad's a Spurs fan, right? And he's like, just get a manager. But at this point, he said, I don't care who we get. Just get a manager. I'm sick of this whole, we're getting Conte, we're getting Varade, we're getting Ten Hag, we're going to have Ryan Mason. Fucking God is going to appear from heaven and is going to sit on our dugout bench. I mean, the whole thing is a complete mess. This is from TalkSport. I'm sure they've contacted Valverde, Ragnick and Ten Hag. They have many names on the list, and this week they'll make a decision. That is from Fabrizio Romano. And he says Tottenham hope to appoint a new boss soon. Well, how far soon? Is that tomorrow? Is that Friday? Is that Saturday? Is that Sunday? Are we talking 2042? Are we seeing a new Spurs manager in 2065? I mean, when is this soon? I mean, they've had so many managers reject them that I simply don't understand how they're doing this. Big up to the Golfer twins as well. Let's talk Kelleher. Liverpool goalkeeper signs new long-term contract. Kelleher made 5 first-team appearances and featured in both Premier League and Champions League last season. 22-year-old goalkeeper also won the first Republic of Ireland cap earlier in June. Goalkeeper Kelleher has signed a new long-term contract with Liverpool. The 22-year-old made 5 first-team appearances and featured in both the Premier League and the Champions League last season. Kelleher also won his first cap for Republic of Ireland earlier on in June, coming on as a second-half substitute against Hungary in Budapest. He says, I'm happy to get over the line and finally done. It was in the pipeline for a few months with negotiations and stuff, so I'm delighted to get it done, Kelleher said. For me, it was a positive moment to commit my future to the club for the next few years. It's such a big club and an honour to be a part of it. So when I got the chance to sign in a few more years, I was obviously delighted. I just want to keep up my progress going at the club, really. Kelleher made his first Champions League debut for the club on December 1st last year when he started against Ajax at Anfield as Jurgen Klopp picked him to deputise rather than Adrian in the absence of regular goalkeeper number 1 Alisson. A first Premier League appearance followed against Wolves 5 days later as the Liverpool Academy graduate kept clean sheets in both fixtures. So positive move for Kelleher, obviously signed a new contract. It doesn't really mention how many years he's got. When he says a few, you probably predict 3. 3 or 4. I mean, that long-term contract, 3 or 4 years, isn't it? So a good move for Kelleher, a good move for Liverpool. I mean, he's a good backup keeper to have. The only issue he's going to have is he going to get the game time with Jurgen Klopp and Alisson in front of him? I don't think he will. Therefore, for a young goalkeeper, as with all young players, Kelleher may have to get a loan to improve and to become a better footballer. But I think when you sign a new contract at a club like Liverpool, who let's not beat around the bush, Liverpool are a big club. Why wouldn't you want to sign it, especially a young keeper like him? But yeah, that's on Kelleher. Big up to Lewis in the chat as well. Gilmour, Billy Gilmour. Let's talk a bit about Billy Gilmour. Rangers are eyeing late Gilmour swoop. Scottish Giants, Rangers are looking to try and pit Norwich City to the signing of Chelsea midfielder Billy Gilmour. That is according to reports north of the border. Stephen Gerrard, the Rangers boss, is a big fan of Chelsea starlet and is hoping he can pit the Premier League newcomers to his signature. Gilmour, of course, played for Rangers until joining in 2017, meaning he could be tempted by a return. The big news coming out of Stamford Bridge in the last 12 hours surrounds Billy Gilmour. There's two. I've got 2 stories on this. Currently Athletic, the midfielder, is likely to complete a season-long loan, move to Norwich next season. Would this be good for the Scotland international? He needs game time. What I don't get is why the game time couldn't be given to him at Chelsea. It's a mad one. It is a madness. It is a madness. What, Kenny? Romano hasn't gone, here we go, has he? No. I don't think so. Heinalbo, very excited for the cup draws at 3:40, and even Palace can get a new manager before Spurs. Is Lucien Favre, the former Dortmund boss. Spurs couldn't recruit spies to help 007. Spurs were in deep shit. Deep shit. So yeah, we'll go through all of that. But yeah, Spurs, they're in deep crap. But Billy Gilmour, I want to talk a bit about Billy Gilmour. He did such a good job to dominate the England midfield. Not that we made it very difficult to do that. I just don't get why his game time has been so limited under Thomas Tuchel. It's been so limited. And he is a good player. There's obviously a very good talent in there. But what's going on? Because he's not breaking into that midfield. I mean, obviously you saw, against Man City, only apart from that mistake when he conceded that penalty, he had a great game against Man City. And I just feel that he probably does need this loan. He needs to go to it. And I don't think Norwich is the right club. I think he can do better than Norwich, for goodness sake. I'm thinking a Brighton, a Newcastle, a Southampton. Any of the top, not top teams, but mid-table teams. I don't think he has to go that far down to Norwich, a newcomer to the Premier League. I think Billy Gilmour could easily get a place at maybe a Palace even. And I don't know if going to Norwich or Rangers, mind you, is the right step for this kid. I think he could get into a Crystal Palace. I think he could get into a Newcastle. I think they've set the bar too low in terms of the teams that he's going to go to. Rangers or Norwich. Rangers are not a good enough outfit. Scottish League is pathetic. Argyle could probably be be mid-table in the Scottish League. The Scottish League is a joke. But that being said, he is from Rangers. Would he want to go back home to play for a season? Maybe. They've got Champions League that maybe he could play in as well. So that might be one. But no, Gilmour, I think he could do better, but it is one of them. Who did England sleep with to get the easy fixtures? I mean, Germany's not an easy fixture by any stretch of the imagination. It's just how the groups were set out. If Spain were actually good at their jobs and were able to qualify, we would have been facing Spain in the quarters. Should have had Germany and then Spain and then the Netherlands. So it's not that we slept with anyone. It's just Spain didn't perform in their group, and we managed to get Germany instead of Portugal, which I wouldn't have minded either. So it's not about sleeping. It's just about how badly Spain did, and that was the key for topping our group. I said this all along. Topping our group was important. Avoiding the likes of Italy, Belgium, and France, who are probably the stronger of the big teams. You think of us. We're probably on par with Germany and probably a bit better than Spain at the moment. So and probably on par with the Netherlands. So you think about all of those, and you think about where we are as a nation. Compare us to the likes of Belgium, Portugal. Well, say even Portugal look a bit ropey, but Belgium, France, Italy, I would say we're just a little bit behind. Possibly we're definitely behind France, but I think we're probably just about on par with Italy, and I think we're just a bit behind Belgium. But I do think with a bit of pace in that attack, that defense can be got at. First, it was a cakewalk to the 2018 World Cup semi-finals. Now Group D and the easy side of the bracket. It was much easier. It was much easier. Just shit talking, no worries. No, I hear that. It was an easier side of a draw, of course it was, but we have to still navigate our way past Germany, and I back us to do it. But Jesus, not going to be an easy game. Declan Rice, though. Let's talk a little bit about Declan Rice. Chelsea believe the England international Declan Rice will remain at West Ham United this summer, despite heavy interest from themselves and Manchester United reports claim. Thomas Tuchel is keen to add a new central midfielder to his ranks, and Rice is seen as his top target, although he is likely to cost around 80 million. There's a growing sense that Declan Rice will remain at the Hammers this summer and not seal a move away from the London Stadium. Well, as someone who's watched Rice for England for the last couple of games, I've been severely disappointed. Hooked off at halftime for Jordan Henderson, which, was the right move. For me, Declan Rice hasn't been good enough. He's not been good enough, and that, for me, straight away, when I hear 80 million, I have alarm bells screaming in my head. He's not worth 80 million. Not a chance. Maybe he's still got a lot of work to be done, and I think 80 million is a complete rip-off. I think it's no way should any club pay 80 million for Declan Rice. Not a chance. Does this hinder Jesse Lingard going to West Ham now, though? Because West Ham, if they're not willing to significantly lower their demands, they might not get Jesse Lingard, and I don't know how well that goes for them. But they might be able to. Certainly difficult, but should Declan Rice go for 80 million? Not a freaking chance. Not a chance should Declan Rice leave West Ham at an 80 million price tag. For me, 50 million max. Maximum of 50 million. If you can get Declan Rice for 50 million, good deal. Good deal. He's got the potential, the future, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right now he's all right, but he did go hiding in that Scotland game. Went hiding. Had a good game against Croatia. Went hiding against Scotland. Hooked off at halftime against the Czech. Maybe he's tired, but yeah, West Ham certainly not. Declan Rice not worth 80 million at the moment. 50 million, yeah, I'd say do it. 80 million, not a freaking chance. Not a chance, would I say that. We have the Netherlands and Germany, and then potentially Wales, who would give it their all against us. Well, no. We'll face either Netherlands or Wales. Netherlands or Wales in the semi-final. Semi-final, you'd think. It will either be Denmark, Wales, Netherlands in the semi-finals. I'm assuming Netherlands beat whoever they got. I think they may have got Czech Republic. Hagan has tweeted, Brighton accept Arsenal's bid for Ben White. Perfect. I'll include that in my transfer talk at 10 p.m. tonight. Perfect. Wales and England would be insane. Don't see it happening though. No, I don't. Look, I was nice to Wolf and said that Wales would beat the Netherlands. I don't believe that. Not a chance. I don't see them doing it. It's a mad one. West Ham have put 18 million bid for Milenkovic from Fiorentina. Not a bad move. That's a fairly good move. I would say so. No, I'm just saying the tough sides in our draws, not whether we play them all. We play all of them. Well, Wales aren't a tough draw, are they? Oh, Netherlands, Germany. Yeah, I mean, Wales aren't really a tough side. They should be a piece of cake. I mean, that defence is shaky at best. I mean, Raheem Sterling's guaranteed to start every game for England now, though. Love to see it. Almost like the whole of the 80 million price tag is to stop other people buying him. Yeah, it is. It is, Lansy. What West Ham have done is they've priced Declan Rice out of a move to a bigger club. That's what they've done. As long as Declan Rice is okay with that, that's fine. If Declan Rice isn't happy about that, West Ham have a problem on their hands. And the last thing you need is a mutiny from your captain. But he's captain, vice-captain, captain because Martin O'Neill barely plays anymore. So I shouldn't expect the Declan Rice. He's still young and he's got plenty of time on his hands. And Wales would give it their all versus us. Kenny, I would expect us to give it our all in front of 60,000 people at Wembley in the Euro semi-final, 100%. Sweden or Ukraine in the quarters is mental, where then the Dutch, or the Welsh, the Danes or the Czechs in the semis. Well, most likely the Netherlands out of that, wouldn't you? So it looks like it'll be Germany, Sweden, Netherlands, something like that. Germany will always be a hard game, even though pundits are saying they're not the same. Yeah, they're not the same, but it's still going to be a bloody difficult game. And I'll look at what happened versus Scotland. Big difference between the group stage and a semi-final. Kenny, there's a huge difference between a group stage game, which didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because you're probably confident we beat the Czech Republic, than a semi-final in a major tournament. Trust. Wales wouldn't be able to lace our boots. Last one I want to talk about before I put a link in the chat. Gunners make a move for Locatelli. According to Gazzetta dello Sport via Sports Witness, Arsenal were the first Premier League club to make a move for Manuel Locatelli this summer. The Italy midfielder shone for his country at Euro 2020 so far and has been linked with a move to the Gunners. However, according to reports from his homeland, despite Arsenal making a move, it looks as if he'll end up signing for Juventus. Newspaper explains that Juve are edging closer to securing the transfer, which will be cash plus one of their players. This is huge. Not huge. Arsenal are not competing with Juventus. Let's be real. Let's to the viewers, put your sensible hat on. Arsenal are not competing with Juve. One has Champions League football, the other has nothing. One has Champions League football, the other one has Carabao Cup. Not happening. Not happening in the slightest. But it looks like Locatelli going to Juventus, which would make sense. But don't be surprised to see more of these sorts of reports in terms of players doing well at the Euros, then being linked with big moves. It happens all the time. Look at the prime example. Look at Victor Lindelof, right? At United, he's useless because they play over high line and he's got no pace. At Sweden, he's fairly good because they don't play over high line and he doesn't need to exploit his pace. So some of these players will look really bloody good for their nation because of how their nation plays. That doesn't mean that they're instantly going to fit for a big club, a club like United, a club like Liverpool, Arsenal, blah, 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 blah. Right? It doesn't mean that they're just instantly going to make that jump up and they're going to be able to make that move. It doesn't happen. Right? Lindelof is the prime example, as I say. For United, Sweden, probably one of their better players. and you're gonna see a lot more of these. You're gonna see a lot more of the players being linked with the bigger clubs. You just are. You're just gonna see more big clubs linked. And that's just sort of how it is, really. Let me just pin the message and let in Dan James. Sup, Dan James? How we doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I thought I'd pop in for a few minutes before the draw.
Oh yes, the draw.
Yeah, the draw. I'm praying that we don't get Blackburn again because I'd rather not go out in the first round this time.
I don't care. Is it Carabao Cup?
It's Carabao Cup, and then we also just find out who we get in terms of the under-21s teams in our Papa John's trophy group.
I really couldn't give less of a shit about the pizza trophy. Mate, our goal cared that much about the EFL trophy. We let our assistant manager manage us on them days. Ryan Lowe's like, me managing the EFL trophy? Fuck you.
The weird thing, the weird one about this year's one, it's a weird one because if we get Leeds under 21s, it means it's a Yorkshire group because we've got Rotherham and Scunthorpe in our group. So if we get Leeds, it's going to be an all Yorkshire group with us. So it's going to be derbies all the way in that one.
We'll get Chelsea like we normally do. I think we've had Chelsea, I think 2 or 3 out of the last 3 years. So I would take on Arsenal, to be fair. I'd love to beat them. I mean,
I'm predicting that Plymouth will get Chelsea or Arsenal in their group. But,
I would definitely, if we beat Arsenal, I'm definitely doing a match reaction.
Yeah. Obviously, you saw a message. Eduardo Hagen has tweeted about Ben White. We'll talk more about that on the night show.
Yeah, that's for tonight. The first time in a fucking long time we've actually got a transfer talk at night. So we at least that's something for me to talk about.
Yeah, 100%. But the basic headline is Eduardo Hagen's come out and said that Arsenal have accepted, Brighton have accepted the £50 million for Ben White. So that deal will probably get completed in the next week or two. Look, Kelleher for Liverpool, that's a good long-term deal. Good goalkeeper for them for the future. Locatelli is not going to Arsenal. You might be getting Ben White, but don't be deluded. You are not getting Locatelli. He's going to Juventus on a loan-to-buy deal. I believe that is. I think it will be a season-long loan with the option to buy.
No, it looks like it's cash plus one of their players.
Oh,
that's what reports in Italy are saying anyway.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. I mean, I think
it's because I saw another report a couple of days ago that was like, the last couple of days it was going to be a loan and then a buy option obligation.
It could do. It definitely could be, couldn't it? It could be one of the two.
Yeah. I mean, we couldn't go a day without a Sancho update, so I think that's just going to happen now. Apparently, there's pictures of Sancho's lawyers arriving in Manchester to finalise the deal. Which
is there actually?
I think someone put up. I think some people have found pictures of lawyers going into Manchester to finalise it, so it could be done and announced next week.
I'd love to get your view on this. So I say it makes sense for it to be announced over the next couple of days. There's no Euros. People are not talking about the Euros at the moment because we're on a 2-day sabbatical from it. Now would be the perfect time, wouldn't it? Because everyone's glued, everyone's starting to have a little think about what their clubs are doing now, and then bang, Jadon Sancho blows up the internet.
Yeah, I think, but you know what though? The weird thing is about Sancho, and I've sort of thought this for a while about Sancho, even though it's a great world-class signing for United, Simon Jordan said this on Twitter. It's actually the first thing I've agreed with Simon Jordan. He said this signing is a way for the Glazers to get the fans back on side. And you know what? He's right. He's absolutely right.
I think they think that, but the fans don't.
The fans don't care.
No. The Glazers, for the fans to even think of any way for giving the Glazers in any way, shape, or form, the Glazers are going to have to stump up fucking Sancho, Varane, possibly even a DM. I don't know how greedy this lot are, but it's Manchester United fans, so you never know. Just a couple of comments quickly. West Ham have made an offer for Junior Firpo, but the left back wants to go to San Siro. Suchek and Kufau have recommended Adam Hosek to David Moyes. We'll talk about that later if I find a story on it. Declan Rice and Wycombe Wanderers are going to be swapping places in the football leagues, I believe, aren't they? Only if it's a long story. Check it out on Twitter.
This is a weird one. This is a weird one because Derby have put on their club statement they can't wait for the championship next season. It's like they've already confirmed it in their minds. So I was a bit confused with the whole situation. By the way, before I go, because the draw's happening in 5 minutes, before I go, I don't want to bring this onto a downer, and I spoke with Lewis about this, and I know you said all the time, the Super League's not happening. It's not happening. It's not. However, and I don't know if you've seen this, I have seen via the Madrid Zone, it was reported by journalists via the Madrid Zone.
Oh, a Spanish journalist in the Super League. I'm shocked. Fucking shocked.
So 3 days ago, they spoke to the president of Barcelona, but there was reports yesterday.
Yeah.
And now when Madrid Zone put the tweets out, they got this key. So they have like a full yellow circle.
I know.
And basically, they said yesterday that all 12 Super League clubs are still alive in the project, and a European court will be swinging in their favour, and it'll be announced for 2022. Basically,
the thing is, we know that they're still in there because they haven't paid their fines to get out yet. We know that, right?
They've got a binding contract.
Let me just, before Aaron starts everyone having fucking panic attacks at home, let me just reassure people. So there is no way this shit is happening. Manchester United had Old Trafford broken into when there's no even fans in the stadium. I don't want to know what 75,000 fans do when this happens. Just gonna say probably a death might happen. So you don't need to worry about that. Of course, they're all still in there because these contracts haven't been removed yet because they haven't paid their fines. The clubs are going to pay those fines. The English clubs know, and the Premier League have put in stuff to stop this shit because a European court might be able to do something. We're run very fucking differently over here. So
it's a conflicting one because there was also something said that the clubs that have broken away from the Super League have actually gone and this is a very reliable story again, apparently reported to have cancelled their new agreement with UEFA and they've gone back on their word.
I don't think that's true. I think that these English clubs.
It says it's very reliable, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, Fabrizio Romano is very reliable and has got shit wrong before. No, they haven't left because they haven't got out of these contracts yet. That will happen. These clubs know they can't do shit like that. The Premier League has put shit in to prevent that from happening, so there's no way of that happening. UEFA and the Premier League stand very, very strong on this. They know exactly what to do. There'll be fans back in the stadium next year. I don't want to be the Glazers when the fans are back in the stadium about to kick their head in. Or whoever the new chief executive at United is, because he's going to end up with broken legs. So look, and Boris Johnson remained very, very key, and he said he would get involved. So look, there's enough people willing, and look, if Boris was already willing to do it then, he'll be willing to jump on it again and go, absolutely no way. He will rugby tackle the shit out of them. So don't worry, it's not happening. The Super League will not happen. There's no way in hell's earth it will happen. There are things that are in place now to prevent this from happening. We don't need to worry about it. We've got emergency breaks now put in. The Premier League, the FA, they've put in shit. There's no way these clubs can go off and do their Super League. Spain, but look, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Juventus might be able to do a gangbang and have a three-way Super League. I don't think it's going to generate you as much money as you want because you need the English clubs for that. So yes, they can have their little gangbang. Maybe they'll invite, like, I don't know, AC Milan and Inter Milan and all of that. They can have their own Super League, just don't touch our shit. And look, trust me, it's not happening. The Madrid zone, yes, they may be a reliable source. They're a Spanish journalist. Of course, they're going to be back in the Super League because they're scum. That's for me. The Carabao Cup draw is happening. I'm not doing the Carabao Cup draw. Arsenal, £50 million bid accepted for Ben White. I've seen that. I'll be discussing that later on tonight. My thinking was Super League was just a way to get more money for the clubs for the Champions League. That is very true. They've been given more money by UEFA, so they won't do that. It was like as workers' strike. It was. Kenny saying I'd wait until we know more for sure before saying anything now, though it doesn't look good. Trust me, it's fine. It's fine. However, we have many things here to stop it here in England. We do. Trust me, don't worry about it. The Super League, not happening. The Spanish, go do what you want. Don't touch our league. I mean, as I said, Old Trafford got broken into and there weren't even fans in stadiums at that point. Do you want to think about what 75,000 fans do when this gets out? Yeah, I don't think so. They raised the UEFA Champions League 3 billion and they backed off. Exactly. They got more money from UEFA. They're quite happy. But Lewis, what do you want to talk about today?
Let's talk about this Locatelli.
Yes, Locatelli. Go for it.
Yes. Look, Locatelli is a very good player from what I've seen. I've only seen him for Italy, so I don't know what he's like for Sassuolo, if I say it. But when Juventus are very, very interested in a player at Arsenal, you don't have a look in. You don't have a chance. I'm pretty sure Juventus will look at this and go, licking their lips like, well, I'm pretty sure Locatelli will be very interested in Juventus. We've got Europe next season. Yeah. If you go to Arsenal, you've got no Europe. Yes, you might. I don't know if he had Europe with Sassuolo during his time there.
No, but if you compare Juventus to Arsenal, one's got Champions League, one's got Carabao Cup second round, mate. So
yeah, that's just the difference, isn't it? Really, and it's just like if he has any brains, he'll go to Juventus. If he doesn't, he'll go to Arsenal.
He's going Juve. I mean, he's Italian. Juventus are Italian giants at the moment. Maybe not right now, but they are to a degree. Look, yeah, Locatelli for me does end up at Arsenal. I mean, it's the right move. Juventus. I mean, it's the right move for him. He's done very well for Italy this year, this Euros. So yeah, as I said, big clubs are going to get linked with these players, but don't worry too much about it. Zachary saying the fine is pocket lint in comparison. It's pocket money for these bastards. Which I'm and look, FSG apologized and he did a video. How much of that I actually believe, that's a different story. But Chris, what do you want to talk about, bro?
Funny enough, I wasn't talking about Locatelli, but I think you've said enough about that, and the three of you all about that. Gilmour going out on loan. I think that's the right move for him, because I know he did that games at Chelsea. I think he played away to Man City in one game near the end of the season. This is the game Chelsea won, but he needs a loan move. If I'm being honest, that guaranteed first team football. I think he'll be on loan at Norwich. I think Norwich has been mentioned, so I think I can see him starting for Norwich, guaranteed starter. If I'm being honest, him and Stipp in midfield, that would be a good trio to have.
Yeah, no, I hear that. What do you make of Kelleher signing new deals? They're doing the north part of the draw for the Carabao Cup first, Port Vale. They'll be playing Sunderland. But yeah, what do you make of Kelleher?
Oh, Carl, away to Sheffield United.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. But yeah, what do you make of Kelleher?
Kelleher, yeah, I'm happy about that. I think he should be backup choice, and yes, be honest. Even though we had our Dolphin tears over Adrian signing a new contract, but let's be honest, Adrian's third choice, anyways. Yes, well, I hope so, anyways. I don't want to see
Someone,
start
in the
the season pretty
yeah.
Adrian and Dole.
No, I do hear that. Someone just said, "Where are the Prem teams for the first round?" And someone put the Prem teams are too shit to be in it. Love to see it. It'd ruin the Prem, but as an American, I'd love to see an international league with 38-game season, especially if we can get some big spending teams in here. Trust me, I wouldn't say that around the English. We're not happy about it. Oh, Warsaw Doncaster, Aaron will be happy. No, it won't happen for a fact. That's my kind of hope with the Club World Cup, expand Prey 4 teams or whatever, that is less disruptive to domestic leagues too. Yeah, it'll be dealt in the summer. Just deal with the Premier League and Champions League. It's beautiful way of doing it. As Rotherham just pick out Accrington Stanley. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot around obviously all of this. But Lewis, what do you make of Sancho? When do you think we're going to hear that this is done?
It'd be quite logical to get it done during these breaks, like you say, but I don't think it'll be at some point next week. Because Fabrizio said apparently United are willing to like 85 million, and I think they are going to accept that. I think I've heard. I don't know if they will, but if they do, I think it'll be next week or the week after.
Yeah, no, I just do think, as I've said, I think it is going to be sort of done over the next couple of days. Chris, what about you? What do you think of Sancho?
I'm glad. I just want it to be over and done with, because it's becoming like a ITV documentary. Yeah, for 2 years now. Is Sancho signing or not? And I just want it over and done with. If he signs for Man United, well done to them. Couldn't care yet.
Do you not care a little bit for United? I'm sensing you have a deep love for them.
Dutch up.
We are joined by Aidan. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. You thanks.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about? So we got Sancho, Spurs' new head coach, Kelleher signed a new deal, Gilmour to Rangers or Norwich, Rice to stay at West Ham. We've done Locatelli.
Yeah. I've not seen who's new Spurs manager yet. So
there is no Spurs manager at the moment. The quote I'll give you is from Romano. Spurs are in contact with many managers and trying to keep a secret. I'm sure they contacted Valverde, Ragnick, and Ten Hag. They have many names on the list, and this week they'll make a decision. He also says Tottenham Hotspur hope to appoint a new boss soon. Who do you think is going to be the new boss?
to be honest, I don't really. No offense, but I don't really care. Really, it's just I don't really care.
Yeah, but who do you think it will be? Who do you think Tottenham can get? Southall. Yeah. Who do you think they'll get? You there? No. Chris, talk to me about Billy Gilmour. Should he go out on loan? If so, do you think Norwich and Rangers are too small for him to go out on loan to?
Yes and no. Yes, probably, because probably too small for him, like you said. But then no. But then no, because it depends what Chelsea do in the transfer window. And yeah, I think the Marcy number one target is going to be a striker.
Yeah.
But I still think a goal move to Norwich, preferably.
Yay, we ain't got Bristol City for once. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, what? Is the drop in that?
Yeah,
Oh shit! What is it on Sky?
yeah.
Mate, I will. Mate, I want to see what Donny's got because I know we've got Sheffield Wednesday second too.
Yeah, carry on, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Gilmour to Norwich will be the perfect move for him.
Mhm.
And because he needs that game time, Dante football. He's not there yet at Chelsea, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear that. I do hear that. We're joined by Reese. Reese, what do you want to talk about as I'm watching the draw for the Carabao Cup first round?
I might as well go on to Kelleher first, considering it's
Go
Liverpool
for it.
news. Obviously, I know that obviously we're looking at getting most of our first team players on new deals, and Kelleher's, I think, the second player to get them, maybe the first. But yeah, I mean, it shows that we've got trust in him. Obviously, he's a young
Fuck
keeper.
off, you
He's got
corrupt bunch of wankers. Peterborough fucking United wankers.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously seen how Adrian has seemed to finally fall out of Klopp's favour. He's made too many mistakes. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't play to our system. He's not good passing out for the back. And at the end of the day, I'm still very surprised that Adrian was given a new deal. But Kelleher, yeah, I mean, he's a young goalkeeper. He came in last season for, I think it was like 5 games, and he looked really confident. Had I think a man of the match performance against Ajax, which is honestly, incredible in terms of where he was, a couple of years ago. But yeah, he plays to our system. His passing and his composure out from the back is brilliant, and that obviously suits our system and doesn't force us to play a different style of football. It means that we can, attack from the back, which is what we like to do. Not just punting it upfield to anyone. So yeah, I'm happy. I kind of wish that we brought somebody in instead of Adrian, but at the end of the day, Kelleher being the number 2, I'm happy with that. He like I said, he seems confident, and there was rumours of him going out on loan, but yeah, I'm happy.
Yes, obviously, as you can see there, the EFL are corrupt wankers.
Pretty nudes.
I wanted Exeter. Nothing new about Sancho news. It's getting very, very close. As Zachary saying, current club World Cup sucks with just the 6 FIFA Confederation Champions League winners. The expanded competition, think it's supposed to be 24 clubs, would be great for clubs elsewhere. Yeah, just more games for Jurgen Klopp and the rest of us to all moan about. I'm sure we'll love it. Niall, where's Kenny at? Kenny, I don't know.
He's in the comments.
He was in the comments. I haven't got a tracking device put on Kenny, and I wouldn't want to. So I don't actually know where Kenny is. He might be on later, actually. South Americans would love more chances to take on the Euro clubs. And if MLS allows some clubs to spend money, it would be great for American soccer popularity. Yeah, we're going to do a couple of MLS watch-alongs on this channel very soon, I think, because why not? We'll have a bit of a laugh. Obviously, the MLS are a huge competition. But Reece, talk to me about Sancho. When's it getting done?
Before the Germany game. I think probably Monday. It seems day by day it doesn't seem like there's much going on, does there? To be fair, it's just the same information by Romano, just saying the same stuff over and over again. But
recycling it
seems like a fee is starting to be agreed. United are still going to be bastards trying to haggle not personal terms, fees, agent fees, stuff like that. So
I think
I think by Monday, I think it'll be done.
Yeah, I think it will get done either today or tomorrow, and the reason for that, no Euros, there's no football on, right? So people, they're now starting to have a little think about what their clubs are doing. They're not necessarily thinking about England too much. I think it could get done in the next couple of days. I really do. I do think that because look, it's one of them, and it is one of them. MLS is trash in talent unless they're teenagers, but it's entertaining. But I look forward
there's
to.
a New York Red Bulls player has gone to, who is it? Is it Leipzig? No,
Yeah, maybe.
where is it?
Well, it would make sense. Red Bull with Red Bull.
Yeah, I saw it
They
earlier.
have
He's
they have
a
like
good
a
player. I've seen a couple bits of him. But
yeah. They have like a little talent pool, don't they? And they just start chucking them around each other, and it's like a complete and utter madness. Gilmour, though, let's talk a little bit about Billy Gilmour. The club's in talks apparently for a loan move is Rangers and Norwich. Now, for me, they're too small for Billy Gilmour. I think he needs a mid-table Premier League club. Do you think the Rangers and Norwich are too small for him?
Not at all, no. I think he needs to have a full season playing. I think Norwich, it doesn't really matter that Norwich are probably going to go down. I think you'll get experience playing at the lower level. Of course, playing in the Premier League would be good for him just in terms of experience. I don't think that Norwich are a bad sign in terms of talent. We've seen Todd Campbell, we've seen the likes of Godfrey, we've seen yeah, and Aarons and Jamal Lewis, and obviously plenty of players over the years. Norwich have kind of been one of those feeder clubs because of their yo-yo kind of abilities, I guess. I don't know what another bird would be. But yeah, I mean, as well to Rangers, I think obviously he would have the best manager, or second best manager in the world, Steven Gerrard, coaching him, and as a central midfielder.
That's questionable at best. That's actually the most ridiculous statement you've ever made, Reece.
No. But yeah, as obviously a central midfielder, there isn't really many better players to learn from, is there? And he'll be getting European experience in hopefully the Champions League, which if they get through a group, maybe they get a bit lucky with the draw. But if they can manage to get into the knockouts, or even just put in a decent showing in the Champions League, maybe fall into Europa League and put in a good showing in there, I think that'll be bags of experience for him. And either one of those sides, obviously Norwich are a lesser side, but in a better, probably more competitive league. But Rangers, equally, they've got Stephen Davis, who is a great player to learn from. He's an experienced midfielder, but I think he's like 36, so I imagine that he'll get plenty of game time there. And obviously Gerrard is a big fan of young players, so I think either one could be a perfect move for him.
Yeah, leave the mad chat until tonight. Don't forget, tonight 8 p.m. all time 11. We're going to be doing our Premier League all time 11. I've managed to get 2 Chelsea fans, 1 United fan, 1 Liverpool fan at the moment. So I need to hunt down a Liverpool fan. And I mean, it's going to be an entertaining one, that's for sure. I believe Reece is going to be there. I've got your name written down for some reason. I must have asked you before. Mate, I've been so busy recently. I must have asked you at some point. God knows. But yeah, that is tonight. So we're going to be doing that. It's going to be a very entertaining and violent stream, I'm guessing. Well, I've put Charles in there, and anything with Charles in defending Chelsea players is going to be brutal. Absolutely brutal. But last but not least, Declan Rice, has he been priced out of a move at £80 million?
Probably, yeah. Like I think I said when he was first originally linked to United and Chelsea, I think he's not going to be a player that's dying to leave. If the chance comes up, if he's agreed or whatever, then he's not going to say no. But he doesn't come across as somebody that's going to force a move right now, seeing as West Ham do seem like an exciting project. He's their main man, or at least in midfield, and if they can bring in somebody like a Lingard or another striker to really battle it out with Antonio, I think they could, be fighting for Europe again this season. Who knows how well they'll do in the Europa League. But yeah, I mean, Rice's vice captain pretty much going to be given the captaincy, considering Noble doesn't really play that much now, so he's their leader, he's their anchor man in midfield, and obviously going to a tournament for the English national team is only going to get him more well known. I guess for a lack of a better phrase, but I don't think he's quite worth 80 million yet. Obviously, you've got English tax, which probably adds another 10, 15 million on him, if not more. And I agree with you. I think when you were saying earlier, he's probably worth around 50 at the moment because we haven't seen that ball progression, that real top class DM abilities. There aren't too many world class DMs in the world, but I don't think that he's too far off. I think he will get there, but for the top teams, you need to have that ability to progress with the ball, to pass out, to move up the field quickly, and I think that's what he's lacking at the moment. So I think this next season he'll do well at West Ham, and I think that will be the season where he can really make the decision if he wants to leave or not.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Update on that. I've also now found an Arsenal fan to come on. So, I thought I'd be nice to Arsenal. I found at least one. I'm trying to get 2 of each club. I'm trying to be good like that. Make it as fair as possible. But we're going to wrap it up there. A big thanks to everyone watching. We'll be back, as I say, with the Premier League all-time 11 at 8 p.m. tonight. Then again at 10 p.m. tonight, we've got transfer talk. Going to be talking a bit about Ben White, I believe. And then tonight, or early hours in the morning, got Chile versus Paraguay. We might do that. I'm not sure yet. I'm really not sure. But we'll probably do it. I don't go to bed till about 3 in the morning anyway, so be a bit of a laugh. Tomorrow, England show, 8 p.m. That's going to be an interesting one. We're going to be doing our knockout predictor. I did one for myself on yesterday's stream at halftime. But before you go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Check out our socials at Let's Talk EPL on Twitter, Let's Talk EPL _ on Instagram, and Let's Talk Premier League on TikTok. Chris, where can they find you?
Twistwells on YouTube and Twistwells96 on Twitter. Follow if you want. Like I keep saying, I could not do a coin toss.
Yeah, I hear that. All-time 11. Yes, it's gonna get heated. I've got my whistle ready. I've got whistles, and a yellow and a red card. Carabao Cup run lasted long. Posh away, first round. Bye bye to that cup. Hey, we might beat him. You never know. Reese, where can they find you?
You can find me over on Twitter, LFC_Reese, on TikTok, Reese_JB, and here on YouTube, RJBTV.
Perfect. As I said, all-time 11, 8 p.m. tonight. Make sure you tune into that one because that is going to get heated. That is going to get very heated. It's like an oven or a Bunsen burner. It's going to get hot, that's for sure. But until next time, thanks for watching and peace out, guys.